Hey guys, it's Casper here. Today we're going over my 2023 CD collection. And this is everything I collected this year. I'm supposed to have 5 more CDs coming for this, but they didn't come in time, so I'm going to do an unboxing. I do not know what they are. I let my friends pick them out. Like, picked out the CDs. It's stuff they like and stuff I like. Don't mind the clothes, they're just hoodies. And yeah, let's get into this. And I'll cut this, the intro short. It's alphabetically. So, first up we have Alice in Chains' Dirt. Top 10 album right here. And 10 is untitled, obviously. The infamous 10 track is untitled. Which is weird because on the greatest, one of the greatest hits, it's named Iron Gland. Next up is Alice in Chains' Greatest Hits. This is not the one with Iron Gland. This is, this is the one, but. Next up we have Avenged Sevenfold's City of Evil. This is a central album for me. I love this album right here. Trying to make it so you can't really see the glare. Next up we have a digipack. We have Black Sabbath's Paranoid. Which I don't really like digipacks, but this one's okay, I guess. They have the original track listing right here. And on the CD itself, they have the... Let's see if you can see that. The extended, I don't know if you guys can see that. The extended names to War Pigs, which is War Pigs / Luke Swan, Jack the Stripper / Fairies Wear Boots. And if you guys didn't know, that's because the American record label wouldn't release the album unless it had 10 tracks on it. So they just added on. Next up, we have The Clash's London Calling, which I was scared to listen to this album at first because of how many tracks on it and how long it is. But honestly, I sat through it and I don't regret it. This was a good album to listen to. Next up, we have Cypress Hill 3, Temples of Boom. I love Cypress Hill. They're one of my favorite hip-hop groups, actually. Next up, we have Elvis Presley's 30 #1 hits, which has 31 songs on it, actually, because there's a bonus track, which is A Little Less Conversation, JXR Radio Edit Mix, which just is a weird album because it has a deluxe version, which is silver instead of gold. So I don't know why they would make a deluxe greatest hits album like that, but that's pretty much what it is. We have Elvis Ultimate Gospel, which is a bunch of gospels records by Elvis, but I don't listen to this. I just had them from when I first started out collecting. Next up we have the Eminem Show by Eminem. I'm still trying to get the deluxe version for the 20-year edition, but it was like $22 yesterday when I checked at Barnes & Noble. I said, like, you know, I was waiting for that to get down a little bit. We have Revival by Eminem, which is, people say is the worst album, but like, I like a couple of tracks like Bad Husband with Ex-Ambassadors and whatnot. Like, I like some of the songs on here, but I do agree, like, as an album it's bad. As a collection of songs, it's okay. Now, I want to make it known that I do not condone any of the artists if they've done bad things. Like, I do not condone them. I just have them because I'm a collector, but I do not condone them. And at one point, I did listen to this music. I can't lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But I do have Song in the Verses, The Drug in Me Is You. Which I know, a lot of people don't like them, and you guys might get mad at me and hate me, but, I think it's cool. I do think it's cool it's next to Eminem, though, because Ronnie credits Eminem on it in the booklet. Like, if you have Dookie by Green Day, this is another central album to me. And track 15, All By Myself, I didn't know it was a hidden track on FOD. I didn't know that, but I don't know if this is a repress or not, because Discogs which is what I use. It doesn't tell me, so if anyone has information, be appreciated. Next up, we have the Home Team's Better Off, another digipack right here. But I've seen these guys open for Don Broco and another artist open named Ryan Oakes. What's not my cup of tea, his kind of music, but like, he had some good songs, but it's not my cup of tea. But you sung 2 CDs, and I should have got them for this collection, but I didn't. Next up, we have Ice Nine Kills, The Predator Becomes Prey. I like this album right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that because it's black, but yeah. The lighting in here is pretty bad right now, but we have Iced Earth, Something Wicked This Way Comes, which this is a good album right here, but it's just, it's only something you can listen to once in a while. It's a good album, but you can't listen to it all the time. Next up, we have another one of my favorite albums, Riddle Box by Insane Clown Posse. I'm having really bad trouble with the glare and stuff. There we go. But next up, we have the CD single off of Fearless Fred Fury for WTF, or what the fuck. And I opened my nose to do it because I thought it was neat. You know, like that's neat. Next up, we have Journey's Departure. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. We have Departure by Journey, which is another one I got the other day. Next up, we have Juice WRLD's Death Race for Love, which this is not the deluxe, and the reason you could tell is if Bandit by NBA Youngboy is not on here, then it's not deluxe. And I don't know if they have a deluxe CD for this, but they have the original, so. Next up, we have Legends Never Die by Juice WRLD. The only Juice WRLD CDs I'm missing are the Already Dead CD single and Fighting Demons. That's the only two. Next, we have Kids See Ghosts by Kids See Ghosts, which is obviously Kid Cudi and Kanye West. That joint collaboration. Now this CD I've had since I was a little kid. This is the first one I've ever was gifted or anything. Yeah, as a little kid, you could already see it. It's Kidz Bop 8. This was when Kidz Bop was at its peak, low-key. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So these are bangers. And for being this old of a CD, the actual CD itself, hold on, is actually in really good condition. There's no scratches or anything. Even if the case doesn't look the best, there's scratches or whatever, but the CD itself is pretty nice. Next up, we have Korn's Greatest Hits Volume 1, which my buddy actually got me for Christmas this year. And I specifically wanted this because Word Up, which is a cover that Korn did, and Another Brick in the Wall, parts 1, 2, and 3 are on here, which is another cover. And I don't think they're on any other Korn CDs, to my knowledge. So it's pretty cool that I could get this CD. If you didn't know, Word Up is a cameo cover. That's the original artist's cameo, and Another Brick in the Wall is obviously Pink Floyd. Next up, we have a regret right here. It's kind of a regret. We have Live Forever by Lil Peep. And I don't regret getting this because I feel... But, I am upset because I was supposed to get Crybaby and Hellboy with it, but they were sold out, and I could only get this one, which I'm happy I got it, but I'm still a little disappointed I didn't get the other two. But I feel if this one sold out, I'd be a lot more sad because I don't think this one would get repressed, while the other two, I feel they'd get repressed at some point. Next up, we have Batman vs. Two-Face. I know it's kind of weird to have in the collection, but this was $1.99 at my local FYE, so I just got it. And it has bonus tracks on it as well, right here. So, yeah. The score for Batman vs. Two-Face. Next up, we have another great album, in my opinion. We have Lightning by Matt and Kim, which I know everyone's at least heard one song from them, and it's alright. If you don't know, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know, but you should totally listen to it. Next up, we have another 99 CD. We have Batman and Harley Quinn, which has bonus tracks as well. And I'm upset with this CD because this part right here is all broken, so the CD just sits on it. Which, I mean, they were $1.99 for a reason, but all the Batman and Harley Quinn ones were broken, but the Batman vs. Two-Face ones, I could find at least one, good, perfect condition one. It was the one I had. We have Motionless in White, Graveyard Shift. Sorry about that. This is an essential album for me. I love this album so much. There you go. Next up, we have My Chemical Romance's 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, which is funny because it says track 11, I think it's track 11, right? Yeah, track 11, it's not a fashion statement, it's a death wish. The CD says it's not a fashion statement, it's a fucking death wish. I never knew that, personally, and I think that's pretty cool. And I've been a fan for them for, since I was a younger kid, and I didn't know that. Because I don't think Spotify says it's a fucking death wish either, but next up we have The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. I feel like everyone owned this at one point. Everyone's owned this. I'm not even, it's a guilty pleasure. Next up is the last good Panic at the Disco album, Death of a Bachelor. And if I have a funny story behind this album right here. This album I got at Barnes & Noble, and it was discounted twice. So it was already discounted original from what it originally was. But then like it was like I want to say it was like probably like maybe $7.99 on discount, but then it went down to $4.99 because like there's a sticker right here. It's like the $7.99 one. So like if you've been to Barnes & Noble, here's like the sticker here. It's like $12.99. Then sometimes they put a sticker for the discount that's like $7.99, and then when she rung it up, it was actually $4.99. So I thought like, okay, I feel like that's $4.99 too much to be paying for a Panic album, but it is the last good Panic album. So next up we have sorry, Senses Fail. If There's Light, It Will Find You. I enjoy this album a lot. I really do. It's one of my favorites. My favorite song here is Gold Jacket, Green Jacket. I feel like a lot of people like this. Next up, we have my least favorite digipack. We have Hell Is In Your Head by Senses Fail. And look how skinny this digipack is compared to Black Sabbath. Like, you see that? I don't like that, but next up we have one second. We have Toxicity by System of a Down. Which Arto, I didn't know this either. Arto is a hidden track on Aerials. I didn't know that, but we have Toxicity. Next up, we have another. Well, now it's another canceled artist. We have 21 Pilots' Vessel. And I do have. I'm just gonna say now. I do have Skeleton Icy, but it's with the box set because when the box set came out, when Skeleton Icy was released, I did buy it. So that's with the box set. You're not gonna see it here. Next up, we have 21 Pilots' Blurry Face, which, see, it is cracked, but it's okay. Next up, we have MTV Unplugged at 21 Pilots, which I watched this when it first came out on YouTube, and I liked it. I really did. I like the thing they did with they incorporated their fans into the songs. It was pretty cool. Next up, we have Shady XV, which for the longest time I had it with the Eminem CD, so like it was in between the Eminem Show and Revival because this came out in 2014 for the anniversary of Shady Records. But Disc X is all songs that were made for the CD, and the extra track was Till It's Gone by Yelawolf, which is obviously, I think that's on his album. I think, yeah. And then we have Disc V, which is all like greatest hits, and the extra track was the Lose Yourself demo version, original demo version, which didn't come out on streaming platforms until the 8 Mile 20th anniversary soundtrack came out. But for the longest time I had this between Eminem, the Eminem CDs, because it's technically, you know, it's Eminem, but it's also, I don't know, a compilation album, so I put it with various artists. And if you don't know, my various artists is like the soundtracks and stuff, but you guys, I was gonna let you guys decide. Should I keep it with the various artists, or should I put it with the Eminem albums? It's up to you guys. Next up, we have the Bodyguard soundtrack, which I've never seen this movie, but I have listened to the soundtrack. So, you know. Next up, we have Intellectual Property by Waterparks, which this had the sign. Hold on, let's see if I can get it out. This one came with the signed insert, like that one. I don't know if any of you guys have it, or that collect CDs have this one, but that's the version I got. Because I'm pretty sure there's more than one version. That's just the version I bought. 1 second here. And I'm also upset because they released Sneaking Out of Heaven, and then they released it on a newer version of the album on Spotify. So they have like a newer version of this album on Spotify. But Sneaking Out of Heaven's on it, like all the way at the bottom, after a Night Out on Earth. But obviously the CDs don't have that. So next up we have the Intellectual Property Deluxe, the Target version, actually, the exclusive, which has Why Can't I, which is a cover. I'm sorry, I don't remember the original artist. And End of the Water alt version. This one I'm keeping sealed because I love Waterparks, and this, if I'm gonna keep one limited edition exclusive sealed, it's gonna be this one, because Target gets a lot of exclusive CDs, and I want to make sure this is the one I keep sealed. And for the final CD that I'm talking about, that I'm showing you guys today, we have Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers. And I don't know if this is a repress because it's not an original. The original has like 9 tracks, and the deluxe has 16 tracks. I know that the deluxe definitely has 16, but this one has 12 minus conclusion out. So like this one has like 13. Well, technically 12, but conclusions on there. So I don't really know what this one is. If anyone has information, that would be nice. Yeah, it doesn't say if it's remastered or anything. But like, if anyone has information on this one, this would be great. But so that's my CD collection for this year. I also have like the CD singles from water parks. From water parks. Like that's the fingerprints for self-sabotage. But yeah, the fingerprints for self-sabotage. The bite marks for Fuck About It, and I have the signatures for Funeral Grey. I do have those CDs. They're just not on the shelf because I have them displayed. Which, if you guys want like a whole shelf tour, I can give that to you guys at some point. But like, I collect other things. I collect Funko Pops, DVDs, books, video games. So like, if you guys want like more collection videos, just let me know. But until then, this is the video to start off the new year, and I'll see you guys when the unboxing video comes. Peace.